I want to start off a little differently this week. There's big news in football in the wake of this past month. It's affected, every race, creed, and ethnicity. It's the elephant in the room, and we need to address it in this league. We can't be afraid of these things. It's close and dear to my heart in particular, and a place I thought I would never, ever see our country back again. FSU is 0-2. We haven't won a game. Okay? We're out of the polls for the first time since 2011. My daughter hasn't seen an FSU victory. Something's wrong there, ladies and gentlemen. Something is devastatingly wrong. Let's get it right, America. Let's get it right, FSU. Win. Wake Forest, okay? Let's do this. All right. Now, back to important matters. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your power rankings for week 3, brought to you by the trusty legal pad, If you pee this color, you're going to be in trouble. So just don't do that, okay? Do not pee legal pad yellow, because you need to drink some fluids, okay? Huge separations made early. I know we didn't have a power rankings review last week, but we do this week. Don't worry about what happened last week. The commish out of town, he's got his belt on, shining. He's still the reigning champion, so no one get that twisted. We'll talk about his 0-3 record later. Now, highlights, the rise of certain teams, okay? The rise of certain teams. Dalvin and the Chipmunks, Ertz, I farted, and Gronk, if you love Jesus. Those are really some top contenders there, okay? And then major disappointments, obviously my Johnson Hurts, Roethlisberger helper, and my pick to win the, she had a hot finish last year. That's what I was looking for, hot finish. She did great, and Super Mariota, really disappointing. It's early. It's very early. Week 4 matchups have potential for some really big upsets and some really critical matchups in general. Okay, let's get to the most important part of your week, ladies and gentlemen. That is the power rankings for week 3. You know what? You can't do it without having the most beautiful music you've ever heard in your life. Now, again, we're going to be doing power rankings based on roster, depth of roster, points forced, and then standings. So don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. Just because you're perfect in the standings doesn't mean you're perfect in my power rankings. You have flaws, I will point them out. Now, the tiers this week are, just so happens to be, top protests in American history. Top protests in American history. Now, number 1 in the first tier, aka the Boston Tea Party tier, a great protest in American history. You know what? We just don't like taxes here. Kick him to the curb, bam. All right, here we go. Number 1, Dalvin and the Chipmunks. Yes. Is she 3-0? No. But is she number 1 in Tyler's power rankings? Yes. The commish says yes. Good job, Dalvin and the Chipmunks. Way to recoup after a lousy week 1 performance. 272, 2-1. Odell Beckham Jr. solidifies her entire roster. It's beautiful, baby. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, number 2, Gronk, if you love Jesus. She might be mad at me with this number 2 in the power rankings, but you're still in the Boston Tea Party tier. Don't worry about it. 286, most points forced, and the only undefeated team. She is pounded and grounded, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Clicking on all cylinders. That's what I have for her written here, okay? Number 3, very good squad. Very good squad. Maybe the best number 3 squad I've ever seen, okay? He's dominating again this year. It's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. In the Boston Tea Party tier, Ertz, I farted. That man is balling. 275. David should be happy with that. 2-1. Best starters across the board. Top notch. Okay? Top notch quality here. And then we got in the last person in the Boston Tea Party. I almost threw him in the second tier. Almost. I was close. You're going to get Kareem at number 4. 248 points forced. 2-1. Had trouble to get here in this tier. Had trouble to get here. But great depth. Has some injury tests and suspensions. But we don't have morality in this league, okay? We just go for the gold, baby. Go for the gold. Get this belt. Get this belt, all right? Now, on to the second tier, okay? March for Washington for Jobs and Freedom. This is where I Have a Dream speech came out. This is a great tier to be in, but just people, you could have been, there's so many people there, you could have been wandering around in Washington and just stood there, and they would have counted you in the population. So these people are kind of, we're not sure where you stand yet, okay? Number 5, throws like a girly, absolutely bawling is my wife, okay? The Madame First Lady. But I will tell you, she's 1 and 2, which doesn't bode well. Your standings have to match. It is a part of the rankings, okay? 243, 2 tough losses, needs an optimal lineup. Darling, you need an optimal lineup, okay? Here we go. Then number 6, Golden Tater Tot. He's doing good. He's threatening things on the league homepage. Don't threaten things like that. This is a fun league. Don't do that kind of stuff, okay? We want to win here. You know what? I'm not getting into it. Okay. He's got 245. He's 2 and 1. If the Cowboys lose, so will he. Just to point out. That's why he's number 6. Number 7 in the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom protest tier. Le'Veon on a Prayer. 216. 2 and 1. Opportunity for big weeks ahead. Opportunity for big weeks. I like his roster where it stands. Number 8, the last in the March on Washington and Jobs and Freedom. I Have a Dream speech protest here. Now, Cops and Rogers, number 8, 220, 2 and 1, still missing critical pieces, okay? Still missing critical pieces, right? But it's okay, don't worry. Now, on to the 2015, this is the last tier, the 2015 McRib protest for McDonald's menu. Yes, there was a protest in 2015 for the McRib to be put back on the McDonald's menu. And you know what? They won. So these underdogs were here, but the McRib is on the menu. So you know what? Don't count these people out. That's what I'm trying to say. Number 9, a lot of people think this is biased. It is biased, but I have faith in my team. Number 9, Roethlisberger Helper, okay? 207, 0-3, solid roster, but can they put it together? Can they put it together for victory? We'll see this week. Now, also in the McRib protest, easy breezy season. Again, struggling to find his rhythm here. 236, has scored a lot of points. He's 1 and 2, tough losses, but pretty good depth everywhere to be found. Everywhere. Everyone in his starters are top 20. That's important to know. Important to know, okay? Now, number 11, Super Mariota. 194, not a lot of points being scored here. 1 and 2. She gave up on the Tennessee Titans last week. That's a bad move. She may have won if she wouldn't have given up on the Tennessee Titans. She has a solid roster. Again, it's about moving pieces around, getting your optimal lineup, okay? The last one in the 2015 McRib protest from the McDonald's menu is my Johnson Hurts. 184. I am sad for this team. You know what we do here? We get quiet, okay? We get quiet. We kind of mellow it out here, okay? 184, he's 0-3. Him and his son, the commish, are the only 0-3 teams. They were dominant last year. I know they can pick it up. Still holding out for my Johnson Hurts. But my man got smoked by his daughter last week. Absolutely taken to the woodshed smoked, okay? Let's never forget that. Never, okay? Now, big matchups. Big matchups this week. Battle of number 1 and number 2 in the power rankings, okay? Number 1, number 2 in the power rankings, matching up mano a mano. Let's see who comes out victorious. Then, you have son versus mother, okay? You have Le'Veon on a Prayer and Super Mariota going against each other. Again, she's out for blood. She saw what he did in the draft, stealing Phillip Rivers, stealing some of these players here. She's out for blood. I watch her and I see her, okay? Now, can the commish get a victory? That's also another big matchup. Against Kareem, I don't know. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I still have faith in my squad. I'm not the champ for no reason, okay? Let's keep rolling. And then the fight for the top tier. Throws like a girly and Golden Tater Tot. The fight to get it, to squeeze into that top tier. We only have 3 tiers still. It will break up into more tiers as we go along. The separation is going to happen. I can already start to feel it happen. And that's big time news. Big time news. Again, if you think you're quitting this league, you're not quitting this league, okay? There are more important things as family and friends in this beautiful league. That is my one comment that will come straight from the heart. You do not quit this league for any matter. Okay? This is blood and family and true friendship here. Okay? We need all 12 teams to work. That's my PSA for the week. Signing off, Kamish.